Time Warner Cable is pleased to be an underwriting sponsor for Carolina Week.
Coming up on the November 18th edition of Carolina Week, we'll show you how the administration plans to keep you safe here on campus.
And we'll tell you what the university is doing to keep you from getting sick at this critical time in the semester.
In sports, the field hockey team is off to the Final Four, while the women's soccer team is one step closer to defending its national title.
Weathercaster John Boyer says there's a big chill on the way. Find out what that means for your weekend.
All that in one organization's mission to make a difference here in the Triangle.
Carolina Week starts right now.
From the James F. Goodman Studio in the School of Journalism and Mass Communication at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, connecting campus and community, this is Carolina Week.
The Jones administration is doing its best to keep students safe here on campus. Good evening, I'm Chris Neal.
And I'm Bethany Tuggle. This comes just one day after someone robbed two Duke University students at gunpoint. Mia Moore joins us live in the newsroom with the details. Mia, unfortunately, we don't think much about safety until something bad happens.
Sadly, that's true, Bethany, but a new escort program is designed to keep those bad things from happening. It's based on personal and group responsibility. Students leaving the library late no longer have to walk home alone. That's because starting in January, the Safe Walker program will be in full swing. Student Body Secretary Jonathan Tugman decided to create the program as an escort service for students walking alone at night. And for Tugman, the student-led aspect of the program creates a greater incentive to be involved.
I mean, not only is this a way to improve safety on campus, but this is also sort of a way to let students take responsibility and take ownership for their campus.
Safety has always been a concern for students on and off campus. The installation of emergency call buttons and lights help to create a stronger sense of security. But for some students, the idea of a Safe Walker program would make them feel less vulnerable to danger.
I think it's definitely a good alternative to students walking home by themselves.
Walking back to South Campus on myself, that can be real dangerous. It's primarily me being a female.
And it's that feeling of danger that campus officials hope to avoid with the creation of the new program.
Not only improve safety, we want to make students feel safer. And if they don't feel safer, they're not going to use this program and we're not achieving our goals.
Many students ride the point-to-point bus system late at night, but officials feel that students could also use another alternative for getting home.
We've heard students have a need for wanting someone to walk them home. Also, the P2P doesn't run to certain locations. It doesn't take you from the UL to Cobb.
The headquarters for the program is planned to be in the undergraduate library, and students can use the system this spring by calling a dispatcher or placing a request online. And officials anticipate many requests for safe walkers in the future. You can find an application to be a Safe Walker employee online at the student government website. We also have a link to that website and the application at carolinaweek.org.
Now, Mia, will student fees have to increase in order to fund this program?
The student fee is already increased, Bethany, unfortunately, by $2, and that fee and the revenue from it will go towards funding the program.
That's Mia Moore live in the newsroom. Thanks, Mia.
UNC students and faculty are getting an opportunity to learn more about the proposed construction of a pedestrian bridge over South Road. Director of Facilities Planning and University Architect Anna Wu gave a brief presentation about the project last night in Haynes Hall. Project organizers took questions and comments about the location, safety, and budget of the bridge project, which could cost $9 million. Many have questioned whether the project would have much of an impact, and University Architect and Project Manager Jill Coleman says funding has been an obstacle.
We've put the project on hold because while we have funding for the design of the bridge, we don't have complete funding for the construction of the bridge.
There will be another information session tomorrow. You can learn more and share your input about the bridge at 5 p.m. in room 130 of Haynes Hall.
A tuition increase for all UNC students is still in the works. Good news is it could be less than the feared 6.5% bump. Chancellor Holden Thorpe has decided to push the less costly of the two options on the table. That would mean a 5.2% increase for all students, both in-state and out-of-state undergrads. For resident students, that would mean an increase of about $200 next year, with out-of-staters having to fork over about $1,100 more. Grad student tuition will go up 3.7% or about $730. As of now, $200 per student would go directly to the state, and lots of people don't like that idea, but Thorpe says it's the option with the most political support. Chancellor Thorpe presented the proposal to the Board of Trustees Audit and Finance Committee earlier today.
Higher tuition isn't the only thing on our minds. UNC students are starting to get swine flu vaccines in droves because no one at this time can afford to get sick. H1N1 vaccine clinics like these will be a common thing on our campus for weeks to come. Campus health officials believe students should get the vaccine as soon as they can.
We have received quite a bit of the nasal spray, and so we've got lots of clinics set up on campus so that we can help immunize our students.
Nearly 2,000 people have gotten the vaccines at the on-campus clinics so far. Students have been flocking to the clinics, hoping not to get the virus when so many papers and projects are due.
My mom and my sister actually have the flu right now, so my mom was like, you better go and get that shot if they're offering it, and it's right on campus, so it's a great opportunity for the students.
It's very easy for them to get to it, and they're getting it before the flu season really gets bad. They're getting it before exams, and they're getting it before they go home for Thanksgiving.
H1N1 vaccine clinics have been on campus for the past week, giving the vaccine to students for just $12, hoping to get as many students immunized as possible.
That's right, and here we go. And then we get the other side with another squirt like this. There you go.
Yeah, I think the vaccine is going to be really effective. There's been a lot of people, plus they've been offering it for about a week and a half, so hopefully we'll be able to fight it off. It felt really weird. You could taste it when it came down. Kind of nasty.
Campus health representatives have been pleased with the turnout thus far and are hoping to see even more students.
We certainly like to get as many students immunized before they head out for the Thanksgiving holidays. We'll still have clinics going into December, but we certainly like for them to take advantage of that before they get into the exam period.
The CDC and Campus Health both recommend that high-risk patients and those who have chronic illnesses and those who are older than 25 get the injection rather than the nasal spray. With either vaccine, it's going to take from 1 to 3 weeks, and there will be another round of clinics after the Thanksgiving break. As soon as Campus Health releases those dates and times, we'll post them through a link on our website, carolinaweek.org.
The Daily Char Hill, which has a staff of more than 200 students, will be off campus starting next fall. The Daily Char Hill office is currently located in the Student Union, but the newsroom and advertising staffs have outgrown the current office, so they plan to move their office to 151 East Rosemary during the summer. The new location will have ample space as well as a new multimedia studio, which would allow staff to produce and promote more online products. The UNC system is teaming up with the U.S. Army to train and educate enlisted soldiers. UNC Chapel Hill's resources will be directed toward language instruction as well as military logistics and combat medical training. Military leaders considered a university collaboration years ago, but the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan put those plans on hold. The partnership will come at no cost to UNC administration, and all expenses will be reimbursed by the Army Special Operations Command.
We all use social media like Facebook and Twitter to stay in touch with each other, post pictures, and network.
Coming up, we'll show you how the technology is changing the face of local politics.
This can't be happening. This can't be happening.
Of course it's not happening. Armored car. Listen, having money isn't about luck. Make your own coffee, save $1,000 a year. Feed me. Feed the pig.
You ever think about buying a bigger place? Just waiting for a visit from the credit fairy. There is no credit fairy. How else will I get a better credit score? Look, you keep your credit card balances low and only open a new card if you really need it. No fairy?
There's no magic to improving your credit, but there's help, and it's free. Go to creditfairy.org.
The odds of this daughter of a clergyman spending 11 weeks at #1 on the U.S. singles charts? 1 in 19 million. The odds of going on to win 6 Grammy Awards? 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 150. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org.
Social media like Facebook and Twitter are starting to affect every aspect of our lives. And new Chapel Hill Mayor Mark Kleinschmidt says he intends to use the technology to keep us all informed about town issues.
As Jaime Isaiah tells us, local politicians, citizens, and media outlets are all getting on the technology train.
Barack Obama, presidente de Estados Unidos.
A year ago, virtually all news outlets in the world were following a single event, the U.S. presidential elections. For those who wanted to follow, it was as easy as turning on their television sets. Local elections, however, are more difficult to keep up with. Mainstream media give little to no coverage to local and state races. Journalism professor Paul Jones says because of the character of local races, you can't rely on the media to tell you all you need to know about the candidates.
But don't forget, in local races, they are so personal that people will ask, do you know this person, and what do you think about that person?
In this month's mayoral elections, voters as well as candidates were able to stay in touch by using new technology, even as results came in. Such was the case with Chapel Hill Mayor-elect Mark Kleinschmidt, whose Twitter skills came to the test on election night.
Martel B says, amen. Chapel Hill is having a mayoral election. Good luck to openly gay candidate Adam Kleinschmidt.
And it works the same way as the sign in the yard. It does help organize, and it does help create a knowledge of who that person is.
With low turnout at the polls, new technology could be the way to connect to more voters and keep them engaged. In Chapel Hill, I'm Jaime Isaiah, Carolina Week.
Of course, you can always count on Carolina Week and our radio partner, Carolina Connection, to bring you the latest news about town politics and events.
Tomorrow, if you can't find the trash can in your classroom, there's no need to panic. Just look in the hall. Bingham, Garner, and Greenlaw are the newest buildings to join the Classroom Trash Can Project. The Chapel Hill Office of Waste Reduction and Recycling removes the trash cans from individual rooms and replaces them with large receptacles in hallways. They hope this will encourage students to recycle instead of throwing away all materials. It's a little less convenient, but should help our campus become even more eco-friendly.
Like Kip in the movie Napoleon Dynamite, would you like to train to be a cage fighter? UNC has a fight club that trains students to become UFC fighters. Some of these students will be in cage fights this March if they're ready. If you aren't interested in cage fighting, you can just learn practical self-defense. The founder of the fight club is medical grad student Jason Goldsmith. Training is on Mondays and Tuesdays at the Rams Head Fitness Center from 2:30 to 3:30. It's free to join, just come prepared to get a little bruised, or maybe a lot bruised. UNC seniors are starting to enjoy the final few months of their time here at Chapel Hill. At Senior Day Tuesday, class officers greeted fellow seniors who stopped by in between classes. Staffers provided seniors with some free goodies and information about upcoming events. The event also featured free hot cocoa and fun art projects, like finger painting. The calm weather and the classmate company seem to make the perfect lunchtime break for many upper-class students. Senior Day is just one of many events scheduled to honor seniors throughout the rest of the year.
One thing we seniors surely won't miss is the increasingly high price of textbooks. The UNC System Board of Governors asked student leaders to present new ideas to keep textbook prices down. The two most used programs in the 17 UNC System schools are the buyback and rental programs. Guaranteed buyback allows students to sell their books back to campus bookstores at 40 to 50% of what they paid, while the rental program works by charging students a blanket fee along with tuition costs. Two new ideas are limiting how often professors can change books and making textbook purchases tax-free. Well, you know, Chris, with all this rain recently, it's really cooled things off.
It is, and John Boyer's here to tell us if that's going to continue through the weekend. John?
Well, that's right, Bethany and Chris. Temperatures will be on their way down for the weekend. But as far as tomorrow is concerned, I think you'll need your rain jacket more than you'll need your winter jacket. I've got the full forecast after the break.
Hey, Sarah.
Oh my gosh, he's so cute. How do you know him?
Come on, Donovan, do it like I taught you. Love the new tattoo, Sarah.
Let's go!
Dude, what? Dude, that's Sarah. The girl in the pink shirt. That's the girl I was telling you about.
Oh, that's Sarah?
Theater 2 on your left. Hey, Sarah. What color underwear today?
Hey, Sarah. So when you going to post something new?
Anything you post online, anyone can see. Family, friends.
See you later, Sarah.
Even not so friendly people. Think before you post.
So, do you have any questions?
What is your soup of the day?
We have a mulligatawny soup.
Oh, do you have any specials?
We have a steak special today.
Oh, how's that cooked?
That's pan-seared and then...
Does it come with a side dish? Is it grilled? Can I have it steamed? So what do you recommend? What kind of pie do you have? You're an actor. Aren't you from Ohio?
Any questions?
Ask questions. For the 10 questions everyone should know, go to ahrq.gov.
Thank you for staying with us here on Carolina Week. I'm John Boyer. It's been a misty and drizzly afternoon, and the worst is yet to come for tomorrow's forecast. Now, the good news is temperatures will be moderate for the short-term period, but they are on their way down for the weekend, and we do have a bit of a mixed bag for the weekend. We'll sort it all out coming up. Let's start out by taking a look at the radar across the Carolinas. You see a band of showers from Smithfield and Goldsboro back towards Raleigh up until Chapel Hill and extending on into Virginia. Now, the odd thing is that these are moving from the southeast to the northwest, and so they will stay with us for at least the next few hours. The fast forecast shows us where we have rain showers for the next 12 hours on and off, though, maybe just each 30 minutes or so. You'll see a little sprinkle on the windshield. Temperatures are not going anywhere. Look at this, 50, 58, 57, 59. They're staying put because of the cloud cover. Now, the National Surface Map shows us what is causing our current weather situation. We have a cold front off to our west in an area of low pressure, bringing moisture in. As we move into Thursday, you see where it hasn't moved much, but by this time tomorrow afternoon, the cold front will be passing, and so that means the evening, and especially going into the important Friday forecast, will be clear and dry. Now, perhaps you have plans for Saturday. That area of high pressure will be in charge of our forecast, which means that for the northern half of the state and going into Virginia, you just have some partly cloudy skies. Temperatures mostly around 60 degrees headed toward the north. However, on the southern half of the state and towards Georgia and South Carolina, there are rain showers about, especially during the evening hours. So do bring the umbrella if you're headed down, say, to Charlotte or Wilmington. Maybe you're going to Boston. It's a little far away, but for the football game at noon against Boston College on Saturday, temperatures will be typical football weather, 56 degrees but under partly cloudy skies and some breezy winds out of the west at 12 miles per hour. Another popular Saturday destination is the Raleigh Christmas Parade. Now, don't worry, the background behind me, that doesn't mean we will get snow. I can assure you there will be no snow, but it won't feel like Christmas either. Temperatures 52 by the time the parade kicks off at 9:30 on Saturday morning under partly cloudy skies. Saturday isn't going to feel like a bad day at all. It's going to feel more like a nice late fall day. Now, your forecast for tonight, like we said, showers, 80% chance, mostly cloudy otherwise, with some light winds out of the east. Temperatures in the upper 50s, maybe lower 50s toward the Triad. Tomorrow, another day, sort of like today, mostly cloudy. The best chance for rain showers will be during the morning, and toward the southern half of the viewing area, you could see some storms if the sun does happen to peek out at some point during the afternoon. Otherwise, temperatures 72 for the Triangle, 67 in the Triad, and a little warmer, mid-70s in Fayetteville. Carolina Week 5-day forecast. There's the rain on Thursday. We say goodbye to it for Friday. We have a clear day for Friday and Saturday. Rain showers building in Saturday night into Sunday and Monday. And then look at that. Our temperatures begin to fall. There we go, 50 degrees for Sunday, but maybe improving a little bit for Monday morning. So if you do have some outdoor plans, make sure they're on the first half of the weekend.
Now, John, what I want to know, I know we've been in a drought. Has all this rain been helping that?
I know we got a lot of rain last week from Tropical Storm Ida. The report on that comes out tomorrow, so we'll know whether or not we're still in a drought by then.
All right, thanks so much, John.
Thanks, John.
You're welcome.
Every week, we try to find a loving home for our pet of the week, and today, we'd like you to meet Tucker. Tucker is a very handsome pit bull mix. This happy 6-month-old boy is sure to bring a smile to your face. He's a favorite among the volunteers and loves to play. He has tons of energy but also enjoys quiet time and makes quite the lap dog. Tucker appears to like everyone, gets along with the other dogs in the shelter, and would be great for families with children. To learn more about this sweet pup and all the other wonderful animals available for adoption, you can visit our website at carolinaweek.org. Now Simone Scott joins us. Simone, as usual, it's looking pretty good for UNC sports.
Simone, the basketball team's got a big matchup in New York against Ohio State tonight, but I hear the field hockey team has been making some noise of their own.
That's right, Chris and Bethany. Big weekend coming up. And after the break, the field hockey team is on its way to Wake Forest right now as we speak. We'll tell you how the ladies look going into the Final Four this weekend.
Hey guys, this is my teenage friend Fred.
Rad! Hey pal, you want to pay attention to the road?
Relax, man, I got it.
Look, my man, if your bad driving gets me killed, you better hope you die too, or I will haunt you silly. And I'm not just gonna float over your bed like, woo! I'm gonna be making a more annoying noise, like, ah! And instead of wearing those long white robes, I think I'll wear something more form-fitting and upsetting. The other ghosts will look and be like, wow, we've never seen that before.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
So, Malcolm, you do know that energy savers last 6 times longer than ordinary light bulbs.
This isn't my room. It's Baron Davis's.
Baron Davis, the basketball player? This is his room?
Yep.
Interesting, because we have Baron Davis right here. Baron, do you live here?
No.
I don't mean that, Baron Davis.
Millions of kids are using their energy wisely. What's your excuse?
Welcome to Carolina Week Sports. The UNC women's field hockey team is dominating in the NCAA tournament and hoping for its second national title in 3 years. The Carolina team boarded the bus to the Final Four Wednesday afternoon. They're ready for what they hope is a long weekend in Winston-Salem. This season marks the 14th time that UNC field hockey has made a Final Four appearance. The team plays Friday at Virginia, and if they pull out a win, they'll play again for the championship Sunday at noon. The Cavaliers might pack an offensive punch, but watch out for these key Tar Heels. Freshman Kelsey Kolodjicic has scored 15 goals this season, and fans can expect to see another 1 or 2 or 3 this Saturday. Senior Daniel Ford is also a powerhouse for the Heels and will be a key offensive leader against Virginia. Coach Karen Shelton is optimistic about the upcoming game against the conference rival.
We're familiar with them, and I think we're confident in our game plan. It's the Carolina way. We need to play hard and smart and together. Simple as that.
The women's soccer team is getting ready to play Maryland for the 3rd time this season, but this weekend's matchup has more riding on it than the other 2 combined. The Sweet 16 matchup will take place on Saturday. The Heels have the upper hand, beating Maryland the previous 2 times, most recently on their way to winning their 21st ACC tournament. But this is no gimme. The Terrapins' record is 14-5-2, and their games against the Heels have always been close. UNC's overall NCAA tournament record is 102-7-1. Wow. The Heels will look to add to that win column 1 p.m. at Fetzer Field. The football team is officially bowl eligible. We're so excited, but the pressure is still on to finish the season strong so the Heels can make it to an upper tier bowl. UNC travels to Massachusetts on Saturday to take on Boston College. The question is all about the Tar Heel offense. Freshman receiver and offensive line plagued with injury all season have taken a toll on quarterback TJ Yates and the rest of the Tar Heel offense. Tight end Zach Pinalto and wide receiver Greg Little have contributed to an improved offensive game. Yates' passing has been up and down all season. He's currently averaging 59% pass completion, but Coach Butch Davis says that Yates is at his best right now.
I think what you've seen in the last 3 weeks with TJ is kind of a byproduct of a culmination of his entire playing experience. You don't have to feel like that the weight of the world and the success of the whole season's on your shoulders.
The men's basketball team is off to the Big Apple for its first big test of the year. Thursday night, the Heels will be playing the Ohio State Buckeyes in the Coaches vs. Cancer tournament in New York. Against the Buckeyes, the Heels are 9-2 all time, with UNC winning the past 4. But this is a new team. 12 players have never played Ohio State before, and for the 5 freshmen, this will be their first road game. With a brutal schedule ahead, Coach Roy understands how to treat his young guys, win or lose.
Try to get them to understand that, you know, it's still early in the season. Good things can happen, and if we happen to play great in all of them, I say the same thing. It's early in the season.
Tonight, freshman Tiara Ruffin-Pratt and the women's basketball team welcome Coastal Carolina to the Dean Dome. Ruffin-Pratt has dominated in the first 3 games of the season, averaging 13.7 rebounds and 2 assists per game. She's a key asset to the Heels. That's her number 44. Sophomore Laura Broomfield, number 33, is also firing up fans in the Dean Dome. She's averaging 19 points and 9 rebounds per game. How about them Heels? UNC tips off against Coastal Carolina tonight at 7. Now Tuesday, the varsity men's basketball team had the night off, but that doesn't mean the Dean Dome wasn't rocking. The JV team took to the floor. The team hosted Dudley High School out of Greensboro, and they put on a show for the fans. Here's DJ Johnson over here, taking it all the way to the hoop. Now this is a name you're gonna want to remember. PJ Harrison, that's in number 12, making that buzzer beater. The 5th-ranked small forward has already committed to playing for the Tar Heels in 2011, and boy, can this junior shoot. There it goes. He finished with 23 points, but it wasn't enough. Here comes Sean Scott flying in with the greatest of ease as the Heels win 78-71. So Chris and Bethany, big, important weekend for us coming up, and of course, we wish them all luck.
Good luck to the basketball team. Good luck to the field hockey teams too in the Final Four.
Thanks so much, Simone. Now, Chris, I don't know about you, but I'm always looking for a bargain.
So am I. Coming up, we'll show you where Triangle residents are shopping on a dime.
If you have a story idea, contact Carolina Week at 843-8292. You can also visit us online at carolinaweek.org. If you have questions about this program, write Carolina Week at Campus Box 3365, UNCCH, Chapel Hill, North Carolina, 27599.
My name's Emily, and in 7 years, I'll be an alcoholic.
Kids who drink before age 15 are 5 times more likely to have alcohol problems when they're adults. So start talking before they start drinking.
I'm Jeremy Call, and I made suction tires. Wait, what? Wait, I used a rivet gun to connect the suction cups, and then I just connected it to the tire. I got the idea from an octopus because of the suction cups, and I don't know.
Anything's possible. Keep thinking. Get started on your invention at inventnow.org.
Explore new worlds. Read. Visit literacy.gov and let the journey begin.
The Durham Rescue Mission has helped people with food and housing for years, and now the mission is offering a new service.
Sarah Nykirk tells us about a low-cost shop with everything from clothes to cars.
The Durham Rescue Mission opened in 1974 to help the homeless of Durham and has expanded through the years to more than just a shelter. Today it also has a thrift store and a bargain center where people can shop for items at discounted prices.
Because I'm not really a fan of the mall, so because you get such good prices here, why go pay full price?
Manager Rich Carr says the staff finds the original sales price of a donated item and then reduces from that based on wear and tear.
Carr estimates that the Durham Rescue Mission thrift shop serves about 2,000 to 3,000 people each week.
The most commonly donated items are clothes, but people bring everything from picture frames to old skis, too. Unfortunately, the recession has slowed down donations.
People are holding on to the furniture, electronics, and things and waiting before they buy new. And when they buy new, that's of course when they donate the old.
The Bargain Center has started taking free items from sites like Craigslist to make up for the loss in donations.
Place to come and get furniture, clothing, almost everything you need.
In Durham, I'm Sarah Nykirk, Carolina Week.
That does it for this edition of Carolina Week.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Good night.